Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. Now, I'm not really too sure why Dokkan did this, but they tweeted out the sub EZAs for the INT God Goku Dokkan event, and then they waited an hour, and then they gave us the 5 Battle of Gods EZAs. So in total, there's going to be 9 EZA characters that are going to be dropping tomorrow, right? So again, we have, here, let me just pull up the Dokkan wiki, right? So we have LR Beerus and Whis. They are coming. It's upcoming cards, right? Beerus and Whis are coming. The 5 Battle of Gods EZAs, we have their details now. And then, of course, there's the 3 INT God Goku sub EZAs. Now, these are kind of like the lowest level characters. Sub EZAs are not really too crazy. I think we could see some better stuff for these guys. Because they are actual, like their own EZA, right? Going through this Battle of Gods edition EZA event. So we could see some good stuff here. And then, of course, I think Beerus and Whis are pretty solid as well. So let's go ahead and take a look. We will have translations courtesy of the boy Minato. Let's see how Godato does here. Okay, so we'll start with the Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta and Bulma. This is a character that I think people would kind of... the one they care about the most, right? Alright, let's take a look what we got right here. Attack seems pretty good. I mean, remember, this is a counter character. Defense seems fine. Now, keep in mind, I guess, Dokkan, they don't really like counter characters. I think they made AGL Super Vegeta way too busted back in the day, and they've spent, you know, basically years rectifying that mistake, right? So, alright. Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta and Bulma. Super Class Key, 300% of stats, sure. Super Attack, greatly raise attack for 1 turn, supreme damage, and seals. Seals. That's interesting, actually. I mean, for Super Battle Road content. I mean, this is not gonna, you know, you're not fighting Red Zone Broly like, oh yeah, we're sealing them. But for Super Battle Road, okay. I feel like this is a decent start. Although, no defense is usually not great. 1 key, 122% attack and defense, start a turn. 1 key, 122% defense, high chance to crit, okay? There's another Vegeta family category ally attacking in the same turn. Keep in mind, the crit is pretty useful, considering this is a counter character. 80% defense for 4 turns after receiving an attack. Damage received from normals minus 40%, and then counters. Damage received minus 40%. So... okay. 80% defense for 4 turns after receiving an attack. As long as this character doesn't get tagged with a super attack, they potentially could be pretty useful here. Again, a super attack really is just completely turning you inside out. There's no defense from their super attack effect. I do look at this character and I could see them being fairly useful in Super Battle Road. But probably, I mean, okay, so they're getting defense here, defense here, defense here. I don't know. I just feel like I'm not going to like this character. It's just like these counter characters, right? Like, if they make them unable to tank super attacks, it's like for them to do really good damage, you want to put them in front of the brunt of a bunch of normals. But, like, if you're putting them in front of the brunt of all the attacks, it's like the super attack is likely to be there. It's like these counter characters that can't tank super attacks now, to be in the toughest content, you need a scouter with them, right? Like, it's not looking too great here. I mean, there'll be spots where you could use this character. I'd like to see what their damage looks like, just their super attack damage. Now, remember, we do have a transformation here. The Berserk Vegeta. Greatly raise attack temporarily, supreme damage, lowers enemy defense. Passive skill is 1 key and 122% attack. Okay. 122% attack, interesting. So, sure, that certainly could be useful. We will see. I'm not too impressed, I would say. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. These counter characters are just not it anymore, man. They're really not. Alright, INT Beerus. Let's see what we got here. So, Beerus. Here he is right here. Very, very basic stuff. if this guy's good, this could be pretty good. You know, STR, Beerus and Whis, they would need a Beerus or something to work with them. 35% int type key sphere, like 35% damage for int per int type key sphere. So remember, you can't use this against like Red Zone Cell Max. Supreme damage, 50% defense for 6 turns. That's rather good. 150% attack and defense on super. Okay. 30% attack up to 150% with each attack performed. There's a bond, a master, and a simple category ally other than this character in the same turn. 1 key. An additional has a high chance to be a super. And then super effective against all types of enemies and attack down, defensive down, sealed, or stunned. I mean, the super attack effect is strong and stuff. I'm not really seeing a lot of, like, huge value with these characters. Again, think of the burst mode and things of that nature is really, I guess, the way we have to be looking at these guys. Maybe his defense, like, if you get a bunch of stacks in, he could have reasonable defense. Who is the strongest tech phase? I don't know. The Cell Max event? Would this Beerus work well in the Cell Max event? Maybe. Well, I don't know. Probably nothing super special, this INT Beerus, unfortunately. Okay, so we have INT God Goku, so there's 80 God Gokus that are getting EZAs and stuff like that. Attack looks defense, or attack looks decent. I can't talk today. My bad. All right, let's see what this guy could do. And again, he's the exact same thing as like the Dokkan Fest God Goku and STR God Goku, right? Where he's actually just straight from the Battle of Gods movie. So all the same categories and stuff like that. Greatly raised defense for 1 turn, solid. Supreme damage, lowers defense. 180% attack and defense at the start of a turn. If HP's 50% or more, he gets a high chance to launch 2 additionals. 20% attack and defense with each attack performed, up to a max of 100%. Every time he does 3 attacks, super effective against all types for the next turn. So I guess you want to go full additional for this guy. The problem is that the additionals can't be supers. I think this guy would actually be decent if those additionals were like a 50% chance to super, and, you know, he's getting the 50% defense right here, and you're able to get a bunch of those, maybe he could be okay. Yeah, these EZAs really are quite weak. I feel like a lot of these guys are going to be useful in the upcoming burst mode, but, you know, besides that, I hope I'm not being too much of a negative Nancy, but I'm not seeing a lot of greatness here. All right, INT Whis. INT Whis, huh? All right, so Whis potentially could be... He's a support, so now I'm intrigued. 30% defense for 1 turn. Supreme damage, lowers attack. Okay. 120% attack and defense. Ooh. All allies, 3 key, and 30% attack and defense. That is a W, man. Just give this boy like 50% chance to dodge or something, and we're cooking. Realm of Gods category allies get another 10% attack and defense, and 10% chance to crit. Bond and Master and Disciple categorized, 10% attack and defense, and 10% chance to crit. And then 60% attack and defense per Realm of Gods category ally other than this character attacking in the same turn. Okay. Chance to dodge enemy attacks, 25% per Bond and Master and Disciple category ally other than this character in the same turn. You know, okay, yeah, this Whis looks pretty good. This seems decent to me. Now, again, follow me here. Supports like this are super important, right? In like these tough red zone fights. But you need like these characters to be able to actually hang in there at least a little bit. I could see this Whis being decent. You give this guy, he's an int type, you give him like 30 dodge or something like that. I feel like this int Whis might be okay with a lot of dodge. And then, you know, as long as you have other than this character. So it is kind of like a full Bond of Master Disciple team, which is a 200% team right now with Kid Gohan. So, I mean, for the Bond of Master Disciple team, this guy is decent. 30% defense there. I mean, he's probably not going to be tanking very well. Remember, he's going to be getting, like, this support. Yeah, I like him. So this guy's giving, like, 50% to the Beerus and Whis and stuff like that. Wow, yeah, I think INT Whis, this is probably the best character of any of these EZAs, I think. He seems pretty good. Nice. I mean, besides Beerus and Whis, because they're like an actual, like, major EZA, right? Okay, then we get TEQ Whis right here, okay? TEQ Whis right here is you. Let's bring you to the front, okay? Remember that Whis characters aren't really on a ton of teams. Okay, so leader skills, AGL, Tech, STR, key 3, 80% to stats. 12 key, super attack effect, 30% attack. Supreme damage, lowest attack, no defense. 0 defense on the super attack effect is not what we want to see. 120% attack and defense at the start of turn. Attacked enemies get minus 20% attack and defense and a great chance to stun. Okay, so he's, you know, you could probably set up some burst mode where you could maybe have him chain stunning, or Super Battle Road stages, he could be effective with these stuns and stuff like that, for sure. 60% attack and defense per Realm of God category ally other than this character attacking in the same turn. And then 60% attack and defense per Bond and Master Disciple category ally other than this character in the same turn. Okay. He could be okay in Super Battle Road stages. I actually probably don't want to go too much further than okay. You know, it's like if you also tagged on 50% chance to dodge for him, sure, right? Again, I would just sort of kind of say okay. Boy. INT Whis is very good. The Rage, Vegeta, and Bulma, I mean, you could get away with them. I think if they're not getting super attacked, you probably can get away with them. STR God Goku is okay. I do think Beerus and Whis, they should be pretty decent as well. I mean, rocking this character with INT Whis probably would work effectively. We would see how it could go, but I mean, the Bond of Master and Disciple team with a couple of these Whis and maybe the INT Beerus is okay. It's a little bit stronger. Let me know what you guys think. A lot of these EZA characters, again, they're not super good. I did make this tweet, though, yesterday, because it's like, usually these types of EZAs are not just, like, super crazy. You know, after, like, the Red Zone meta, you know, we do hunger for these characters being able to go into the really tough stages and really able to hang in there. But in truth, this is what a lot of this is. These are going to be burst mode, legendary event, mission type characters, right? Perhaps Battlefield, right? Some of these units could be useful in Battlefield. You know, those are kind of the things I would say to keep in mind. So, let me know what you guys think of a bunch of these EZAs. I'd probably say INT Whis is my favorite. Or, of course, LR, Beerus, and Whis. I do think that they're going to be quite decent. So, let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. Love y'all. And I'll catch you guys next time.